us at Precision Defensive Solutions highly recommend to everyone who carries a firearm daily or has a firearm at home to protect themselves and their loved ones, get self-defense coverage in case the worst day of your life occurs. We trust our livelihoods to Firearms Legal Protection. They are now offering a discount and price lock through us for new members. There will be a link in the description to sign up or visit their website and use our code NCPDA. Thank you. God bless America.
Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
we are sitting here with Mr. Spencer Johnson from Firearms Legal Protection. How you doing, Spencer?
Hey, doing very well. Appreciate you guys for having me out today.
Yeah, no problem. I got a hold of Spencer. Wanted to let you hear from the horse's mouth, I guess, about how important Firearms Legal is. Spencer knows how much we believe in the service, and just love those guys over there. So let's talk about it, Spencer.
Yeah, I appreciate it. When it comes to having coverage for not only your firearm but yourself in any self-defensive situation is very important. And I tell people all the time, you sign up with us, fantastic. I love every second of it. But even if you don't go with somebody like us, find a company that's good for you. We're not one of these companies that's just going to just force everything down your throat. We just want everybody to be protected, and that's our main goal. So, I hope people don't look at this as a big sales pitch or me pushing FLP on anybody, but just to know the benefits of having some protection after you protect yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's where a lot of people seem to not really understand that importance of having that protection.
Absolutely. And one of the big differences with us is we're not an insurance company. A lot of people think and look at us as an insurance, just like car insurance. If something happens, you have that insurance, you pay deductibles, you can get denied, things like that. When it comes with firearm legal protection, we're a membership-based company. And as long as you're in legal possession of the firearm or the weapon and you're involved in a self-defensive situation, we're going to cover you. There's no deductibles, and you pay nothing more than your monthly fee or your yearly fee. The great thing about us is we have uncapped attorney fees all across the country, and that's something that really separates us from a lot of other companies. At the drop of a dime, you give us a call, we're going to be there for you every step of the way.
Right. Well, and so we always tell people that, the nice thing about FLP is when you call, you're getting the attorney. You're not getting some call center operator.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's something that I really take pride in. A lot of people don't understand after you defend yourself, the next couple minutes, next couple of seconds are the most crucial, whether it involves an investigation, you getting arrested, the first words to come out your mouth, your actions, everything is going to have an effect leading up to a court case, decisions, the whole 9 yards. And a lot of people think that they can talk their way out of handcuffs or talk their way out of going to jail. I don't care who you are, who your cousin is, a tax attorney in the family. I've never seen anybody talk their way out of this situation.
Right.
Every single word you say can and will come back to bite you in the butt.
Yeah, a lot of times people talk themselves into the handcuffs, right, Spencer?
Yeah.
Watch Live PD.
Exactly. And it's just, we understand the importance of that. Even with the 911 phone call, a lot of people don't understand that 911 starts to record before you even dial. As soon as you press the second one, it starts to automatically record. You hear heavy breathing, you hear people talking in the background. And when you give us a call, an attorney answers the phone. This is so, so important because attorney-client privilege kicks in. So You can call us and say, oh my God, FLP, I killed 5 people, I buried 4 bodies, what do I do with the 5th, right? Okay, put the shovel down, and we're on the way to you. That whole conversation is attorney-client privilege. Even something as simple as terminology, right? Police comes in, and a lot of people say, hey, the guy broke in my house, he had a gun pointed to my head, I shot and killed him in self-defense. Now, a lot of people may think that's self-defense, but how the law is written, once you say I shot and killed somebody, that is a confession.
Right.
And the right terminology is, hey, I shot to stop the threat. Once you say you shot and killed somebody, now you're going to trial for murder, manslaughter, the whole 9 yards, as opposed to I shot to stop the threat, which is a self-defensive act. Those little words can trip you up. And you can say that with us on the phone with FLP on our emergency hotline, and that attorney-client privilege kicks in right away. So you don't have to worry about tripping anything up.
Well, yeah, and that's so important.
Absolutely. And, you know, we're not going to just sit here on the phone with you and kind of coach you through what to do. We're going to dispatch an attorney out to you right away. So whether it's 3 a.m., 5 a.m., Christmas, Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, whatever the holiday may be, we're going to dispatch an attorney out to you right away.
Yeah, and that's good, because a lot of the people, they don't seem to understand. I know we get a lot of people in class that look at us and say, "Well, I'll deal with it when it happens."
Mhm.
And and I say, "Well, you know, that's kind of like buying car insurance after you've had the car accident.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't help you after the fact."
Absolutely. And then I've seen people rack up $20, $30, $40, $50,000 on a trial and then have to turn around and spend another 20, 30 grand on a civil case.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a lot of people look at insurance type programs as, okay, it's a way to get money because, you know, it's super expensive. I might never use it. And even in the end, I can get denied, and I have insurance and I still have to come out my pocket for funds towards a car accident, a new car, deductibles. And we're not like that at all. You know, everything with our company is very, very affordable. You know, we have plans as low as $9.95 a month, and that gets you uncapped attorney fees. So no matter how many times you use us, whether it's one time or 100 times, all your attorney fees are uncapped, paid for up front. You never see a bill. Okay. Now, if you use us 100 times, I might give you a call like, "All right, Brandy, you're costing me a lot of money here, buddy. Stop shooting people." But we're going to be there for you every step of the way.
Right. And I think that's the key point right there is, you know, the uncapped attorney fees, and in all 50 states, because I mean, let's face it, we can't, as much as I'd like to say that we had reciprocity throughout the country, we don't. There's states like New York and New Jersey that, yeah, you get caught with a gun, you're in trouble.
Big trouble.
And, but the nice thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, FLP will still cover any use of a weapon, legal use of a weapon. So even if it's an improvised weapon, right?
Absolutely. You know, we've had cases where we've had members, they're traveling through the states knowing that they cannot carry a firearm, so the firearm is put away. You know, somebody's trying to cause them harm in a carjacking. They use their car as a weapon and hit somebody with the car. They're 1,000% covered.
Yeah, see, that's awesome.
Right on.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, knives, baseball bats, you can get creative with flamethrowers.
Magazines.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. And then even when they come to pets are considered weapons as well. You know, for people that have those big pit bulls, Rottweilers, German Shepherds, somebody breaks into your home and your dog gets a hold of them, we cover your dog as a weapon, or any pet. Like this one lady has a wolf and 9 snakes and poisonous spiders. I'll never go to her house, but
Me neither. Ew.
Hey, you know what? That's okay. At least she's got protection there.
oh, she has coverage everywhere in that house.
Yeah. See,
Hey, I want her to be our neighbor, because
no,
then people won't want to come anywhere near the neighborhood.
well, that's true.
But spiders and snakes roam. I don't want
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple houses away.
Yeah, they can stay. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's interesting that you brought up the dog, because, you know, a dog was just used as a force multiplier in an armed robbery here locally.
Really?
Yeah, they stole somebody's pit bull and took it into a pizza shop.
How do
It was
you?
an intimidation factor.
What kind of pit bull gets stolen? I've never heard.
You got to wonder about that, right? A very friendly one.
Wow.
You know, thank God the owner of the pizza shop
Yeah.
had a gun.
Yeah.
Drew the gun out and scared the guys off. I mean, but they caught them, and they were wanted big time. But those are things that we don't know, and and I think that's a perfect example of why something like FLP is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I see people all the time, good people that get punished for following the law. People are 1,000% right to carry the firearm. People are 1,000% right to defend themselves. But either whether it's the first conversation or this is the country we live in. Everything is about money nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely.
The justice system isn't as a well-oiled machine as we might think it is, and good people have to pay a lot. And our owner, he sat back and he got tired of hearing about stuff like that, and he created the company that we have today.
Yeah. See, thank God for people like him that have that thought process.
Yeah,
And the means to be able to do it.
absolutely. This is I love what I do just because I genuinely help people. Nothing about me. You guys have known me for I don't know how long now, but nothing about me screams salesman. And it's not that I'm gonna push my product on you. I just want to push safety and coverage on you, whether that's with us or anybody else. I just want everybody to be covered.
Yep. And let me say this for the people that are watching. I mean, that's why we make such a good team, because that's what Precision Defensive Solutions is about. That's what FLP is about. That's what you're about. And we just can't say enough, it's, safety doesn't stop at the gun. It's there's more to this than meets the eye.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It could potentially be a nightmare if you're not covered, whether it's a company like us or not having the proper training. Everything starts at the home plate, and that's why I'm glad you guys are on the team, and I never have to worry about any student that comes from you being uninformed or underprepared for anything that can happen.
We appreciate that. We try. So let's talk about some of the other benefits. I mean, we keep talking about the uncapped attorney fees, and that's definitely a key point.
Yeah.
How about some of the other great benefits that?
Okay, so we have 3 tiers of plan. Okay, the first one is basic individual. This one covers you in your home state, whether that's Ohio, Michigan, Texas, South Carolina. You're covered in that state with the uncapped attorney fees. We provide you with attorney fees, whether criminal or civil, goes to trial. We provide you with everything. We've done the background checks on the attorneys. They have a minimum of 7 years experience, whether it's trial, firearm related, civil experience, the whole 9 yards. And another thing we just added recently in the last year, every single one of our plans has red flag coverage. And I'm not going to get into that whole mess of what red flag is. I'm pretty sure, Brandon, I can go on forever about that stuff.
Oh yeah. So let me say this, so people can keep an eye out, because we just did the video with your dad. It's not out yet, but we're doing a video on red flag where he really went down the rabbit hole with it. So
yeah,
just good.
Yeah, absolutely. And once everybody figures out exactly what it is and how it affects them, there's very, very, very key benefit that we offer, and that's in every single
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
We have another tier of plan right now. It's the premium individual. This is $19.95 a month or $219 a year. This covers you in all 50 states. I don't know about you guys, but I love to travel, and I'm never anywhere naked, as I call it, right? I'm never anywhere without my firearm.
Yeah.
So if I go to Ohio or Florida or Texas and I have to defend myself, they're going to send me a local attorney down there from whatever state that I'm in. They're not going to send me a Michigan one. They're going to send me a local attorney who knows the laws, who has those key relationships. And I'm going to be taken care of just like I'm taken care of at home.
Yeah. And that's good.
Mhm.
That's good.
Right.
All the times we see you, I keep trying to figure out where you're carrying your gun, and I never can figure out where you're carrying your gun. That's a great thing.
That's a good thing, right? Right. Another thing on here too. So you're gonna get arrested. Anytime you defend yourself, you're getting arrested. 12 times out of 10. There's no talking your way out of handcuffs. There's no talking your way out of a holding cell. You're going to get arrested, right? Because there's 2 sides to every story. If the guy is passed away, that guy's not going to be able to talk. And if he does, you have a whole nother set of problems, right?
Oh yeah.
We have bail bond protection up to $250,000. Okay. So not only are we going to send you an attorney right to the scene or wherever you are, we're going to pay for the attorney fees, and we're going to pay for your bond up to $250,000 to get you out as soon as possible.
So let's talk about that for a second. So the difference between bail and bond.
Okay.
Typically bond is 10% of your bail, correct?
Typically, but what I've found out though, a lot of people don't get that 10% when it involves a firearm out here.
Okay.
Not sure about how you guys operate down there, but a lot of people, that 10% isn't guaranteed, especially when involving a serious firearm incident. They might not put that 10% on there.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's something to consider too, because, it could be, but it's not. I'm glad you said it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, that 10% is never guaranteed. You know, you'll see on the news or you'll see in movies, okay, we'll post this bond at $5,000, 10%. You know, okay, that's $500. Yeah, we could do that. But when involving a firearm and they put a $5,000 bond on there, no 10%, that's a lot of money just lying around, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely it is.
Yeah. So another key benefit is an expert witness and an expert investigator. When it comes to these things, a lot of people just think, okay, you hire an attorney, we go to trial, the attorney's going to do all the work, I'm going to get off, we're not going to need any other help besides the attorney. That's not true. It's a lot of moving parts when it comes to trials, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You hear people call up expert witnesses all the time,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Now, what the expert witness is somebody that is very highly respected in the firearm community. Expert witness could be somebody like an agent or something, somebody that's going to come testify on your behalf that knows firearms laws, expert in the situation that you've just been through. As nice as these guys are, they still need to get paid.
Rightfully so.
Yes.
Right. Right. So we provide the payment for that as well. And another thing is the the investigator fee. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys a little story. All right. My dad told me this story about one of his clients that he had. He had a client, glass broke. Okay. Glass broke. He woke him up at 3:00 in the morning. He was like, okay, something's not right. Picked up his firearm, went downstairs to investigate. Yelled hello 1,000 times. Nobody responded. And when he went down to his kitchen, he found an intruder in there. Guy had a knife, charged at him with it. His client rightfully defended himself. The guy passed away. Okay. So what the guy did was make a statement. Okay. First mistake, right?
Oh boy.
That drops their head, right? Police ask, just what happened? Just tell us what happened. I was laying in bed. I heard glass breaking. I woke up, came downstairs, found this guy in the kitchen. Right? So what did the police then do? Walked all around the premise and found no forced entry. Not a shard of glass was out of place. So now this guy looks like a liar, right?
Uh-oh.
This guy is lying, smoking gun, dead body. Okay, you're going to jail, right? They arrest the guy. He calls my dad. Dad goes down there. Just tell me what happened. The guy's crying. Like, I swear to God, I'm not crazy. I heard glass breaking. What else woke me up? How else would I know that this guy is in my house right now? I'm not crazy. I promise you I heard broken glass, right? The police said, this guy is lying. There's no broken glass. There's no forced entry. There's nothing, da-da-da-da-da. So my dad like, all right, I'll hire an investigator for you, right? Guy charged him about $1,500 or something like that. Got out of bed, went to the scene of the crime. He ended up getting there, a couple hours have passed since, him being arrested, having a conversation. The expert investigator pulls up to the house and notices next door, his neighbor is putting cardboard in the window.
Wow.
So the guy was a high school principal that suspended a group of kids, and in retaliation, the kids threw a brick through his window at 3:00 the night before.
Oh,
So he goes up and asks him, he tells him what happens. So that's the glass breaking that he heard, right?
Yep.
then
So it still doesn't explain how the guy got into the home.
yeah.
So the investigator goes out, checks windows that are unlocked, looks in the chimney, jiggles doors, tries to find any forced entry. He finds nothing.
Dryer vent.
As he leaves the house, he notices the rug is tilted like this. Lifts up the rug, notices a key imprint, key is missing. Calls the police station and says, you know what? Do you have that intruder's pants on him? Is there a single brass key in that pocket? Yep. That's what got the guy off.
Wow.
Wow.
So in
So-
other words, you people that go to the old school route of leaving your key under your doormat,
We're
stop
doing
doing
it.
that.
Exactly, though. But look at how crazy that was. That's why Brendan and I put so much emphasis on not making a first statement. Even though you know what you heard, you know exactly you were right. Just wait for your attorney to get there. By the member making that bad statement, he put himself in a hole. Gratefully, though, we had access to an expert investigator who went to the scene to figure out the whole 9 yards. Now the guy is happy as can be right now.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
to tell people it's a lot more moving parts than just an attorney. The witness and the investigator can play a huge role in the trial.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at Masad Ayub. He's made a career of being an expert witness.
Exactly. And, you know, these guys that are highly respected and they come testify on your behalf, it goes a tremendous way.
Yeah, absolutely, it has.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, one of the things that really got me when we first met and we sat down, we were talking. You talked about the hazmat fees, and that blew me away. I mean, I still tell people when you told me that, I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So when it comes to the incident scene cleanup, I don't know if anybody has ever been around death before. I'll use a nice term for it, around death before, right? That's a smell you're never gonna forget. Number one. Number two, it's not like the movies, right? You just, in the movie, somebody gets shot, it's a little hole, a little string of blood coming. It's not like that, right? You defend yourself, it's gonna be body parts inside, very nasty stuff, okay? And I'm not sure how you guys are in Ohio, but it's a biohazard situation, right? You have to hire a professional company to come out and clean up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And once you see how much these professional companies charge, you're going to say, okay, you know what? I'll do it myself, right? Throw on some rubber gloves, get some Fabuloso, it's going to work, right? The thing about that is not only are you endangering yourself because you don't know what kind of diseases and viruses this guy potentially had, but if you throw it away in the public trash can, it's a misdemeanor and a fine in a lot of counties out here. You get into a lot of trouble for endangering the waste management workers in Michigan. So what FLP does is we help with that payment.
Yeah, and that payment can get high. I mean, hazmat stuff is not cheap.
Yeah, I talked to a guy on average. They charge anywhere between $5,000 to $7,000 to come out and clean up. So I always tell people, like the people who have seen the John Wick movies, that little gold coin isn't just one little gold coin that carries a lot of weight when he pays the cleanup crew.
Yeah, sure does. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're 1,000% happy to help people with that fee as well. We also have counseling support as well. So a lot of people don't understand that it's a very traumatic situation when you defend yourself, right?
Right.
No, I've seen the stereotypical tough guys, right? The big muscle-bound tattoos on the face. I'm not scared of jail. When they defend themselves, it's a whole, they cry, they can't sleep for weeks at a time, they can't eat. It's a very traumatic situation. Okay, I don't care how many people you've killed in video games and stuff like that. When you defend yourself in real life, even if you don't even take somebody's life, you defending yourself is going to have you shaking uncontrollably. And with police officers, they know how important it is to be able to talk to somebody. Every time an officer discharges a firearm, they have to talk to somebody before they get back active. And we just want that same treatment for our members, right? We understand that it can be a very traumatic situation. We don't want you to look over your shoulder or reach on your hip every time you hear a loud bang. We just want you to get back to your normal life as quickly as possible. And we're going to be here to help with that as well.
Yep. And I from personal experience, I can't stress this enough. The psychological help.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the emotional trauma that you go through, even if it doesn't carry out, you never forget it.
No, never. And you're always going to be very hyper aware, which is a good thing. But just the emotional trauma that comes with these situations is monumental. And I always try to tell people, a lot of people have had their house broken into before. And it happened to me as a kid, and I didn't sleep for like 2 months. I was always worried somebody was going to come in and cause my family harm. And I always tell people, you see how violated you feel when you went through something like that. amplify that by 10 to 100, and that's how you feel when you have to defend yourself. Even in a situation where almost everybody's had a situation where they were about to have to defend themselves. Whether it was something was escalating, you had to put your hand on your hip without even drawing, or you kind of had to lift your shirt up a little bit to get to it a little bit faster. Even in those situations, still have your heart boom, 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 and it sticks with you for a while. And we understand these traumatic experiences, and we want to just be there for our members every step of the way, inside and outside the courtroom.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the great things about the organization is that it does cover all these steps. I mean, and all these bases to help people.
Absolutely. And one of your favorite things on here that we offer is the firearm confiscation payment. How many people, Brandon, have you known to get their firearms back once it's confiscated?
Oh, it's gone.
Right.
You might as well just write it off.
Right. You know, I've known maybe 2 people, and both were police officers for 40 plus years, but it is very, very uncommon that you get it back. Okay. The great thing about us is if we can't get that firearm back for you in the first 12 months, so you go, you do all the paperwork, you try to do everything you can, and we'll help you, of course. But if we can't get that firearm back for you in the first 12 months, we're going to cut you a check up to $1,000 to replace that firearm. So, you know, you get a $500 firearm, you have the holster, you have the custom grip, custom trigger, you have some sights on there, flashlight, all that stuff adds up to $980. Want to cover the accessories as well, cover you up to $980, cut you a check, that 12 months, and you'll be good to go.
See, that's awesome.
One of my favorite things is if we get your firearm back for you in 12 months and 1 day, you get that check for up to $1,000 and you still get your old firearm back.
Cool. Hey, I'm good with that. So in other words, you know, these guys that go out and buy these $4,000 Wilson Combats to carry them, don't go buy the Wilson Combat to carry. It's the Safe Queen and the range toy.
I mean, you know, you get a $4,000 Wilson like that, then we get you a 25% off discount. With that.
Exactly. And you got another 8 months to wait for a new one. Yeah, absolutely. See, and that's another great thing. I mean, I haven't seen that from other companies. I haven't looked that close, but I haven't seen that from other companies.
Yeah, every company is different, and you know me, Brandon. I'm not gonna down talk any other company because the way I look at it is we're all on the same team. We want to protect those who are lawfully protecting themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all on the same team. We just might go about it different ways.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the other things on here that we offer are lost wages reimbursement. You know, for the people that have bills are still going to come. We're going to pay you up to $1,500 for time missed, whether it's you get sued civilly, whether you're in trial, you can't get to work, because those bills are still going to come. You have only so many vacation days, and what we're going to do, we just want to help make ends meet. And we understand that being in the court is very traumatic as it is, and that's why we're helping with the outside the court stuff as well, with the clean up, the psychological counseling, and we're going to help pay those bills that need to be paid to for the missed time that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody's got to pay rent, the mortgage, you know, feed their family. So
yeah, and I always look at it as, why would you allow some idiot to come in your life, you legally defend yourself, and now you and your family are paying the price? And we just know that's not fair. And that's why we extend ourselves so much further than just a courtroom, because we understand how these situations can happen and escalate very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So
we also have an app. I don't know what the best way is to show the app. You want to just talk about it, or what's the easiest way to go about the app?
I'll definitely put it up as you talk about it. I'll put an image up in the video.
Okay, so there's an app called MyFLP, and this thing is amazing, right?
It is.
These useless apps on the phone, whether little games you play, puzzles, scrap, whatever, right? I have 1,000 useless games on my phone. But when it comes to this app, this is the most important app when it comes to firearms law, and most importantly, how to get in contact with us. Okay. We update it constantly. Okay. I know you guys probably have a hard time seeing that right there, but it's an update available. Okay. Update it, click a yes, updates just like that. So you go to recent updates and it gives you a list of all the states in the country that have updated the firearms law in the past 12 months. And when Brandon shows you the screen, you'll be able to see how many states are actually updated. There are blue links you can click on there, and you go through states, and it'll break down everything that got changed word for word, right? So certain states that have just miles and miles and miles of words you don't understand. Who's going to sit there and read it? And most importantly, who's going to understand it?
Right.
So that's a pretty good benefit that we have. You give us a call, not on our emergency hotline. Don't call that. But you give us a call on our customer service, we can put you in contact with an attorney for free consultation. So Kentucky just updated a transport law. If I know I'm about to go to Kentucky, I can call the customer service. They'll put me in touch with an attorney and break down the law and say, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do. You know, most
Absolutely.
charge $300 to $500 an hour. That's just another benefit that we offer for you.
See that's just a priceless benefit to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Another thing that we have is a reciprocity map. I know Brandon will put that up as well. Green states have reciprocity with your state CPL. Red states, of course, do not. So if I click on the green state, it shows, hey, I can go here. This is how I carry here. These are the transport laws, da-da-da-da-da. It breaks everything down. Do you have a right to inform the officer? In Michigan, you have to inform the officer. First thing out your mouth.
Same in
Other
Ohio.
states, like Florida, you don't have to say anything.
Yep. Same thing in Indiana.
Yeah, so every state is different. You know, look how close Ohio and Indiana is, and their laws are different.
Yeah. Oh, they're like night and day. Yep.
Exactly. And you can never use the excuse, oh man, I'm from Indiana, we don't have to inform here. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Once you go to a different state, you have to follow those guidelines.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even states like Illinois, you know, we all love gun laws in Illinois, right?
No. I want to move to Illinois. Just kidding.
Hey, don't diss my birth state. One good thing came out of Illinois.
Yes. Yeah, she did. Yeah, one good thing came out of Illinois.
That's a good cover up right there, buddy. I see you.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back, though.
Right. So when it comes to Illinois, I travel with my firearm all the time. I always want to feel protected. Even though Illinois does not have reciprocity with all these other states, they do have something called peaceable journey, which you can legally carry through that state.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go on the app, you can click on transport laws, and it'll say, we don't have reciprocity with Illinois, but this is how you carry, and it breaks that down for you.
Yep.
And the last but most important thing on the app is how to get in contact with us. Big red button is your emergency button. You give us a call, and I'll put you in touch with an attorney right away.
You mean you don't have to remember the phone number?
No. Just pop the app open, hit the emergency button, and hey, we're good to go. Attorney right away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And that like we tell our students, even if their spouse isn't going through class, show them how to use that app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always have a plan. And that's what I tell people. Not even just a physical protection plan like I'm offering today, but just, okay, babe, if this happens, this is who you call. This is where this is located. I have this money stashed away here just in case. Everything. Just know where everything is. Me and Michaela have a plan as well. If anything happens and I'm not home, she knows how to protect herself. We know where everything is stored. We know who to call, where the numbers are. And even though the app has the number and our phones can store the number, we know how technology works. We still have that number on the fridge just in case anything happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Well, see, the thing about Michaela is she's quiet, and I'm afraid of quiet. So, 'cause you don't ever see it coming.
So I always tell people, I said, you guys worried about me, you got to worry about the person that's dealing with me, right?
That's right.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this has been great, Spencer. This is covering so many bases, and I know we can just go on for hours about all the details.
Mhm.
But I think this is a great resource. I think that if people listen to what we're saying, I think they'll understand where we're coming from and why it's so important.
Yeah, and it's one of these things, and I hope you guys can genuinely hear the passion in my voice when I talk about this. It's something that is needed. It is very affordable, and like I said, if you guys don't sign up with us, I'm not going to be heartbroken. I will still sleep great at night knowing that I at least got through to you, and you at least have coverage of some kind. And the first two plans I talked about with the individual plans, we have something on here for the family as well, which is $36.95 a month or $399 for the year. It covers you, your significant other, and any minors in the house 17 and under.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I always tell people all the time, if something happens with you and your kid's not even involved, that counseling still affects the kids and can help the kids. The family dog is still covered. I know a lot of people that have their kids doing like bow and arrow that aren't old enough to carry a firearm but still have that firearm training. And the kid can still defend the family. And depending on the age of the kid, depending on your region, the demographic of your neighborhood, some kids can still be charged as adults,
Right.
17 years old. And this coverage is going to cover you, your significant other, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, ex you can't get rid of. We're not going to judge. We just want everybody to be covered, and that's our main goal.
Yeah, and that's good. And that's really good, because you look at the stories that where a 12, 13-year-old picked up an AR and defended their home.
Yeah.
Because they were just part of the home defense plan, and the kid knew how to use the gun.
Yeah, and that's, my father taught me at a young age, hey, this firearm isn't a toy. It's very serious. It can take lives. You felt the power when we went to the range. This is where it's kept. This is where is this. This is how you load it up. This is where this is how this is. And we had a plan. And God forbid I walk in from football practice and I see my dad on the floor or something and the guy standing over him. I know how to defend myself. I know how not to say something when the police come. I know how to keep my mouth closed. I know who to call, who not to call, what to do. Most importantly, have that firearm out your hand when the police arrive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down to the little details. Don't have the firearm and say, hey, guys, come on in. No.
Yeah, lose it.
Right. So it's very important just to have that plan for yourself, your significant other, and your kids as well,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, protect the whole family.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just a lot of people just overlook, oh, yeah, that can't happen to me. That can't happen to me. Or you see the Facebook stories of 86-year-old lady shoots and kills 3 home invaders, right? Everybody's like, yeah, granny, go ahead. Good for you. But it never just stops there, right? It's still getting sued. Those 3 guys, their family is now suing civilly. And civil court scares me way more than criminal court. I don't know about you guys, but that's terrifying.
Because they're going to bring up the pictures of the home invaders looking like little angels and them saying, my baby didn't do nothing wrong. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, the perfect case, I think it was a Family Dollar in Georgia. 18-year-old went in and robbed it. Concealed carrier was in the store, shot him, and that's exactly what they got. It was, he wasn't doing anything wrong. They've got video of the guy pointing the gun at the cashier right before he got shot, but he wasn't doing anything wrong. He
was on honor roll in the 3rd grade. He did community service. It might have been court ordered, but he still did it.
Yeah.
No.
We always lose that might have been court ordered when those stories come out.
It's like I see nightmares from people, man, and people think, oh yeah, well, I got found not guilty in criminal trial. I'm good. I got a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. But out here in Michigan, the family, the victim's family, the victim himself, herself, has up to 3 years to come back and sue you. Think about that. 3
Wow.
long years. If they have money troubles coming up, they run low on some funds, they always have that in their back pocket for 3 years.
Yep. When all reality, it's probably going to be about 3 weeks before you get a notification you're getting sued.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Civil court is just nasty, man. That's just not a nice place to be. And I'm just very fortunate and very blessed to have the attorneys that we have on our side. And these guys are beautiful people, man. They sit down, they'll talk to you, they'll do the extra stuff for you, sit down, talk to you in a grocery store in passing. But once you get these guys in court, it's a whole different person.
Yeah, you want the bulldog. You don't want the guy wet behind the ears, fresh out of law school.
Yeah, we don't want the pit bull that got kidnapped, right? We want the real deal.
That's right. That's right.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Well, Spencer, Stephan, I really appreciate your time and doing this. And like I said, it's good to see your face.
Yeah, you as well. I'm glad you guys are staying safe out there amid the pandemic and everything.
Yeah, looking forward to getting to see you in person. And
absolutely.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Way too long. As soon as this is over, I'm coming to Ohio.
All right.
I'm coming for that sandwich shop. You know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and Mike's a big Mr. Hero fan, too, so you got a buddy there.
Oh, there we're going to have a nice time then.
That's right.
And don't forget to order chocolate from my dad. He'll mail it up there.
I need to.
Call him.
Now you got Michaela's ears perked up. I know she's going to come around the corner soon.
So,
well, thank you guys for having me so much. I really appreciate it. Glad to see you guys' faces.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. And
Thank you.
everybody out there, thanks a lot and stay safe.